Hello everyone, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I hope you ate a lot of food, got lots of presents, and most of all, hopefully there was no family arguments. Today we have a surprised episode of Bargains. It's still the festive period, but that hasn't stopped there being an absolute ton of digital sales on the Nintendo Switch. That's why we're here with an extra special episode to add some more damage to your wallet and perhaps help you spend that Christmas money you earned. Don't worry, we still have an episode planned for Sunday. It's Jordan here from SwitchWatch, your usual host, and Bargains Maestro James is currently on holiday, and so I'm sneaking in to give it a bit of a surprise episode or two, because we love you guys. As always, we do a $10 giveaway every week. Last week's winner will be announced in Sunday's episode. And if you want to win this week's $10, let us know your pick of the week for this episode and in Sunday's upcoming episode 2. Starting with my pick of the week, well, I'm going for something a little bit unexpected, a wild card. I love shooters, I love imports, I'm going with the Darius Cosmic Collection. Wait, what? Yeah, this is a collection that's only available digitally on the Japanese eShop. While some may not agree that it's a bargain at 3,999 yen, which is 30% off the standard price, these are the kind of games that people need to pay a premium for. And in that regard, the sale price is around $36, 33 euros and 28 pounds in Western money. But wait, there's more. There's actually two versions. The one I mentioned is for the arcade games, while there's also a more expensive version which has console versions instead. These are collections of absolute classic arcade shmups, and is probably worth every penny if you're a hardcore shooter fan. Now, it's worth noting that sometime in 2020 it will be getting a digital release in the West, so you may want to hold off. If not, you'll have to get your hands on some Japanese eShop credit, which is in the links below. That's my pick of the week. Let's head over to the French Alps where Juan and James will tell you their picks of the week.
Thanks, Jordan. Happy holidays, everybody. James Umehara here up in the French Alps. I'm along with Juan. We're chilling out. My pick of the week this week is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. You cannot beat it. It's got that reminiscent feeling and at 50% off. What a bargain. Have a great holiday season, everyone, and we'll see you in the new year. Take care.
How you doing, everyone? Juan here from SwitchWatch up in the Alps. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. My pick of the week is Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. Yes, 50% off. You can't go wrong with that portable horror. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week.
To be honest, Okami doesn't really ever need a sale to be recommended by us, because let's face it, it is a masterpiece. Hence why I decided to get a tasty import physical, even though I've owned it like 3 times already. Down from $20 to under $12. I mean, you kind of have to feel a little bit embarrassed about paying so little for such an unbelievable game, and it's the best version to boot, with fantastic visuals in both docks and handheld mode, plus amazing use of HD rumble. If you don't own this Zelda-like game that many consider to be on par, perhaps even better than most Zeldas, now is truly the time. What a wonderful game. And hopefully the rumors are true that we might be getting a sequel developed by Platinum Games. Fingers crossed. Personally, I just want Okami Den on the Switch. Does anybody remember that DS game, or is that just only me? Anyways, you have until the 29th of December to pick this one up on sale. Don't miss out, guys. YZ8 Lacrimosa of Dana is one of my favorite games of this decade, an action RPG that is truly an adventure. You are shipwrecked on a mysterious island and all the other passengers are spread around. You, the hero you are, explore around searching for them to bring them together to your home base, which, gradually builds up, all the while trying to plan your escape. But there is a very mysterious link with the eponymous Dana as you switch between them during the story. It's a fascinating story that is always developing, the action combat is excellent, and it's just so fresh compared to many overly serious JRPGs of today. I mean, personally, I do think that this game is more suited to its original console, the Vita, but the Switch is still a fine way to play this game, despite the visuals not looking entirely great when playing in docked mode. Still, 50% off, you may not want to miss this one. Skullgirls' second Encore was released not too long ago, back in late October, but we're already on its second sale, and this is the biggest one yet with a tasty 40% off. That's not bad for a game that just recently came out, and is actually a very solid option if you're into fighting games. As far as indie fighters go, this may be the cream of the crop. Amazing character design, a nice amount of content, perfect if you're into either hardcore or casual fighting. It was $25, but now at a more affordable $14.99, and it's £12 in the UK. This may be one to pick up. although you only have until December 28th in the US, so don't hang around. European peeps, you have until January 2nd. Battle Chasers Nightwar is a fantastic Western-made JRPG style game that's based on a best-selling comic from the late 90s. No, I have no idea either. Featuring traditional turn-based combat, you explore a large world with secrets aplenty. It has lots of customization, crafting randomly generated dungeons that will satisfy those looking to dungeon dive in this very well put together game. Plus, it looks lovely too. It may have been a bit daunting for some with its standard price of $40, but you have until January 2nd to pick it up for just $13.19, which is a lovely 67% off. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 is now at its lowest ever price in the UK. This is a Masu style game like the Dynasty Warriors series, but set in the vast One Piece universe. Hack and slash goodness that really does the source material justice. If you're looking for a laid back time pounding hordes of enemies with one of your favourite One Piece characters, then look no further. For an oldish port, its standard eShop price was very, very high, especially in the UK. In the UK, it's usually £55, but now at 75% off at £13.49, now is the time to pounce on this one if you've been humming and hawing like myself. It will also give you a decent taste of what's to come in the sequel next year. The sale ends on January 5th for the UK. In the US, actually, it's priced at just $11.99, down 70%. So actually, you may want to download from the US eShop, but you have less time. The sale ends there on the 30th of December. On a personal level, when it comes to super hard, die a million times platformers where you move from screen to screen, there are zero as awesome as the letter V 6 times. Instead of jumping, you just switch gravity fields to pass through the hundreds of challenge rooms in this open-like world. It's simple, retro, but pure distilled awesome. Plus, it has one of the best soundtracks ever. I actually played this on the 3DS and loved it. It's now 50% off in the US, now at a super low $4.99, and it will be worth every single penny. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon is a game that I'm quite a fan of. You'll know that if you've watched my review. I love a good mystery dungeon game, especially one that stars a giant yellow chicken that dresses up as knights or mages. This is a lovely little remake of a Wii cult classic, and I think it definitely needs a little bit more attention from people. The genre isn't the most popular in the West, but for me, I adore the risk of losing everything with its roguelike elements. It's not the biggest discount, especially compared to some others this week, but at 40% off, now at less than £20, you'll definitely get your money's worth. Although if you're like me, you'll probably want to own a physical copy instead. Yeah, Japan got a physical cartridge with English on it, so if you want to find this, then there will be a link in the description below. You have until January 2nd if you want to get the digital version on sale. Cave Story Plus is an indie classic, perhaps legend. Once a free game, now turned into full-on loaded title with all the bells and whistles of previous releases. This Switch version is perhaps the best, most definitive of them all. Excellent gameplay, story, music make this a top-notch release on the Switch. Although the standard asking price did put off many people, considering it did used to be free once upon a time. But with 67% off from $30 to $9.99, it's a much easier pill to swallow, and one worth swallowing. I'm sorry, I do hate my own analogies. Anyways, you have until the 7th of January for this one. Unravel 2 is a lovely little game published by EA. It's a puzzle platformer that was one of their yearly indie-style outputs. It can be played in single-player or with co-op, and now with a whopping 75% off, you can't say no to this one. Down from $20 to just $5, it really makes it far more worthwhile, and the short, sweet playtime looks far better with this price tag. Now isn't the time to miss. This is the biggest sale it's ever had, and you have to hurry because this is part of a flash sale that ends December 29th. Quick! There's no doubt that Cuphead is one of the best indies available on the Nintendo Switch, and it's almost a miracle that it's actually on the system in the first place. Released to much critical acclaim thanks to its art style and animation, mixed in with tough as nails run and gun boss rush gameplay, it's going down as a legend pretty much. It was already well priced at $20, but now with 30% off in the US down to $13.99, well, now you really can't say no. This is the kind of game that will put hairs on your chest. You don't have long though, only until January 2nd. Okay, let's round off this list with some smaller bargains. Umehara Kawase Fresh is a ball-busting physics platformer that is much more welcomely priced with 50% off until January 7th. Down from $40 to $20, that makes me feel far more better after my review, where the price was a big sticking point for me personally. And the fact that it is ridiculously hard, but still awesome at the same time because it's just so weird and quirky. There is nothing like this game. Disgaea 5 is definitely worth a look with 50% off. This is an incredibly packed strategy RPG game full of humor, character, over-the-top damage attacks, and is all round a blast to play. It's one of our favorites on the system for sure, and if you don't already have it, well, from $40 to $20, you may have your chance. You have until January the 10th. The Lost Child's incredibly off-putting original price of $50 is looking a lot more palatable at just $20, now with 60% off. Let's face it, it feels like we've been waiting for Shin Megami Tensei since like the beginning of time on the Switch, so in the meantime, this is a decent alternative. I mean, it is basically knockoff Shin Megami Tensei. Jam and Earl Epic's Comeback is on sale at its lowest ever price with 50% off from $15 to $7.50. Can't go wrong with that, and it's certainly worth a look if you were familiar with the old Mega Drive games. Unique and endlessly fun, now may be the best chance to jump aboard. You have until January the 1st. If you're looking for the Advance Wars style game and you've already gotten your money's worth from Wargroove and Into the Breach, then it's time to turn your head towards Tiny Metal. If Advance Wars was made today, it would probably visually look something like this, and so Tiny Metal really does give that feeling of playing an Advance Wars game. It does lack a bit of character and certain strategic depth, but it's still worth a look, especially now with 50% off until January 6th, from $15 to $7.50. And there we have it, guys. Thanks for watching this extra episode of Bargains. We still have one planned for the usual Sunday spot where we will announce the winner of the week's $10 eShop giveaway from last week. If you want to be in with a chance of winning the next one, don't forget to tell us your pick of the week for this episode and on Sunday also. Check out last week's video as there are still some bargains here and there to be had. Also check out my weekly physicals releases video, which happens every Monday. Plus, perhaps check out Juan's review of a game that is 100% best avoided. Find out why in his review. Take care.